Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're your hosts, Travis.
I'm Katie.
Welcome back to TK's Nerd Life. This is episode 2, and today we're going to be delving into Invincible Season 3. As we discussed in our last episode, we're going to be giving our review on the entire season and what we thought. One part of the video we will be getting into spoiler territory, but don't worry, we'll give you guys a heads up when we get to that part. But yeah, before we get all up into that, we thought we'd start this off with about the show itself, in case you aren't familiar at all who Invincible is. We figured we'd let you guys know a little bit about that in case you haven't watched the show at all or haven't heard anything about the comics. So, Katie?
Yeah. So the origin of Invincible. So it all starts with Invincible's dad. His name is Omni-Man, also known as Nolan. And he meets Invincible's mom, also known as Debbie. And so they get together, basically, and they have Mark. And so Mark doesn't get his powers until he turns 17. His powers, he has like super strength, flight, and invincible skin. Also known by his name, it is Invincible.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's kind of like Superman, but with no laser vision and no, what's it called?
Like, no cape or anything.
Yeah,
like,
no cape or anything like that.
And also, both his parents are alive, and
yes.
He was born on Earth technically. He just has an alien dad, but a human mom.
Yeah, because his dad's a Viltrumite. Excuse me, I said this wrong. Because the planet's also called Viltrum. So yeah. So that's how he gets his powers, and then we don't want to say too much, because if we say too much, we don't want to give away the twist, especially with people who have not watched or read the comics. We don't want to give that up. So, it's been out for years, but still, just to be safe.
And, well, maybe some people here don't care about that. Maybe they want to know just the story in general. And if you want to know the story, but you're like, well, I don't want to watch a full season of shows, both 1 and 2, and also maybe I don't want to read 144 books of knowledge on what the show is or what the story is about. Good news, you have an easier way to learn about all this. There is a YouTuber by the name of Amagi who actually has made a full video about the whole summary of what the show and books are about. We're going to put his video to that in the description of this video, so that way, in case you are interested in all this and you want to learn more, but you don't want to go through the lengths of watching the show or reading the books, you have that answer right there. And yeah, that way it's kind of your easy shortcut to know everything you need to know, so that way you can start at season 3, or wait till season 4 comes out and just start from there.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely look at the description there, so you can see the link there. Yeah, so we're gonna start off with not spoiling anything with what we thought about Invincible. What did you think?
Honestly, I think this one was really well done. Like, I didn't have any issues with season 2, but I feel like, and I don't fully know what happened with it, because I think part of it could have been from like the writer's strike or some COVID stuff, but I think this one had a better pacing than season 2 did, because especially since season 2 had that weird gap thing where it like ended on like halfway through and then can pick back up later. Like, I don't remember the full story on that, but I think season 3, I like the pacing they had better in this one, and obviously they definitely picked it up a bit more with the storytelling. I think I liked where the story was and how everything was picked up from there, and where we were introduced in that part.
Yeah, and I was gonna say too. I mean, I think it's definitely very comic accurate, and I think they're picking out the pieces that need to be, shown. Rather than, I know, because again, there's like 144 issues about Liquid Comics as far as for his comics. Like, I think how they're doing the pacing from the comics is they're doing really well with that. And I honestly had a really fun ride with Invincible this season 3. It was really fun, and I can't wait to see what else they're going to have for now season 4, because I know they did get approved for season 4.
Right.
I don't know if they're going to do season 5. I'm not completely sure how they're going to do it, but we don't want to say too much, because we don't want to spoil anything.
Right, and, like you said, because I know for sure there's a season 4, but I also heard rumors at one point they were talking about a movie, so They could do season 4, then the movie, and then season 5 if they wanted
They
to.
could.
But
yeah, because did they ever say if it was animated or was it you're gonna make it like a
live action sort
live action? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, either way, that'd be interesting, especially because I think it'd be unique and cool because we know the voice actor for Invincible / Mark is Stephen Young, the guy who played Glenn in Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly think it'd be cool to see him kind of in real life playing that character because I think, yes, I know he's not completely white like Mark is supposed to be, but I think it could still work out.
Yeah, I don't think it matters about race,
no,
at all. I think it'd be cool. I think, and especially with how he, acts. Like I think he'd be a perfect actor, for playing Mark Grayson.
Exactly. Yeah. But
yeah, I think that's, without spoiling anything, I think that's probably the better way of ending the non-spoiling. So if you guys, want to leave now, I would recommend leaving now.
Yep.
Because we don't want to spoil anything, so that this next part is gonna be spoiling. So we're gonna give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Alright, now that we've given you guys that heads up, we're going to get into spoiler territory now. So for starters, we're going to start with talking about which episodes are our favorite and why. So, Katie, why don't you review?
Yeah, so my favorite episode was episode 6 with Powerplex. I really enjoyed that episode, honestly, just because you could feel the emotion of the episode with Powerplex, and honestly, it was really sad. It was so sad.
Yeah.
And they, of course, they went with the comics, of course, which I really appreciated. But with him killing his son and wife, like, oh my gosh, that was rough. Just, oh.
Well, not even just that, but I give props to the actor, like the voice actor for that character too, because like he really delivered well on like the whole emotional stuff he was feeling about his hatred for Mark / Invincible.
Yeah.
And even after that incident happened, like he still showed like the right tone for his hatred for him, like because he's not done with him. He still wants to kill him.
Yeah, and just like the origin of Powerplex, like I just enjoyed it. I just enjoyed, like, they just really went deep into that, and I really enjoyed how they talked about the origin story of Powerplex and how everything happened with him, and then how he got, his powers. And man, that episode, that was a tearjerker. Even I didn't cry. He was a witness. I didn't cry. But yeah. So what are your favorite episodes? What do you think?
Honestly, for me, it's a tie between episode 2 and 7. The reason why is because episode 2, I thought it was unique how that one had a like Cecil's origin in it, in terms of like how he got to the position he had at the agency that works with the Guardians of Globes, because that's never really shown in the books.
Yeah, they didn't even show that at all.
No,
which I was kind of surprised with how many issues there is. 144 issues. Like I would have thought they would have, but they didn't.
Yeah, like it's kind of like, I mean, it's talked a little here and there, but we never really got a deep dive into like his origin and like how he got into like the agency at all, and like how he got to the point where he's at and why he's the person he is. And it didn't even explain like his whole scar thing, honestly.
Yeah, it didn't.
So I kind of liked how it went into that, and we got an actual bit of information for that. Episode 7, I would also say, is one of my favorites because that has the Invincible War, and that's one of my favorite moments from the comics itself. I really liked when they had the Invincible War in there and like all the different Mark variants. And I know now we kind of live in the time where people are done with the whole multiverse thing and like time travel and everything, but I think the show did that part very well. I don't think it felt like oversaturated and like overused or anything. I think they managed to do that part really well, and it had good moments, and like it had powerful moments in that too, because it had Rex Glode's death, which also was a big deal, and it had his funeral in that too. And of course, we had the moment where Levy was, captured by the scientists who repaired him, and now we're gonna see hopefully later what comes from that.
Yeah, I honestly wish they stayed a little bit longer, just for me. I don't know. I liked the episode; it was cool, but I wish they stayed on a little bit longer, just a little bit. Because I mean, when I read the comics, it was just like I feel like I don't know. I just felt like there was some things missing. I've
Yeah.
been trying to think of what they were, what it is, but I just can't think of it right now. But I feel like they should have just sat on it just a little bit longer, even if it was like for the second episode, even if it's like halfway of the second episode, of like the different parts. Like they could, I wish they sat on it just a little bit. But they're not bad. I don't want to make sure to clarify that it wasn't bad. I just feel like it was rushed to me.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they could have gone differently where it went into episode 8 and episode 8 concluded with Conquest's appearance, because I know that's how they ended episode 7.
Yeah.
So I suppose they could have done it that way, but I don't know. I still like the way they did it. I didn't think it was that bad, honestly. I liked it.
Well, I'm not saying it was like super bad. I think for me, because I enjoyed the Invincible War so much in the comics, that I just feel like they could have sat on them just a little bit more, just a little bit. Just my opinion. I'm not saying my opinion's right, but
well, who knows? I mean, we're not saying our opinions are right here.
No,
we want to
no.
make that clear.
No.
We're not our opinions are not superior to anyone.
No, not at all. And then too, like, if you have a favorite episode, just leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
Leave it in the comments. We want to know. We'd probably even be like, even on our Instagram, be like, leave it in the comments too. Whatever you think of, of Invincible season 3 episodes, let us know. It'd be great.
All right. Well, now that we've gone into that, let's talk about where we think it's going from here. Because, there's a lot of open suggestions with this now. Because season 3 we got the Invincible War, we got Conquest, which are two big, very themes. Like, honestly, the next thing they could go from here is going into Frag, or even like Robot taking over. Like, there's potential for a lot here.
Yeah, I mean, I think because it would be Drag next. I think. I mean, and then I think too, I'm kind of hoping that they'll add. I think it's Dinosaurus, right?
I believe so.
I think it's Dinosaurus. Like, I hope they'll still add him in, because I felt like he had a big part to me. Like, I always thought he was so cool. It's like how he transformed. And even like, well, I'm hoping we'll keep seeing more of Battle Beast.
Oh yeah,
I love Battle Beast.
Battle Beast is the best.
Battle Beast is so awesome. Like, oh my gosh. Even just what we saw, the glimpses of him. We still saw little battles, but still, I mean, I love Battle Beast. He's dope. He's so dope.
Battle Beast is dope. Honestly, and we were even saying this before we started recording too. Like, I think what honestly they could do, because I don't remember exactly when it was, but it was like a long time ago. I heard that they wanted to work on an Invincible movie, and they also talked about possibly doing live action of the show as well. And so I think what they could do, if this is the way they're planning it, because I don't know if they're gonna do a 5th season after season 4.
I don't know.
Season 4 could be the introduction to Frag and bits of that here and there, and then but they don't go full into depth with that. Season 4 could be the introduction to that, and then they stop it with there, and then do a movie to go even deeper into that.
That's
and
true.
Then the way they end that is with Robot's takeover.
Yeah, that would actually be really cool.
And then that could be where they start off into season 5. It's like, now Robot's in charge of Earth, and like,
yeah, because I feel like too, like what with different animes they've done that, where they'll do a season and then they'll do like another anime movie.
Yeah,
like that would honestly be pretty cool if they did that, because I think, and I honestly think that they would make a lot of money. I mean, it's not all about money, but let's be real though, a lot of industries, it's all about money.
It's the reason why they keep like approving more seasons, because they know it's getting money. But yeah, I think that would be it'd be a good way for them to make money, but also they could really like expand like with that in terms of like they can pace it really well, and also if they did season 4 introducing Frag, and then
that is true,
and then they do the movie where they continue on that, and then they lead it up to Robot's invasion. They can put so much into that.
They could.
That it will allow them to make season 5 like connect to that really well, and then they can put in the rest of Frag, rest of the Robot War, and then
include No, yeah, that would be super cool. But then they also could stay till 6 seasons.
That's true. And again, if they do it that way, I'm not gonna argue. Like, I would be fine if they just kept it to the show where they kept all those like stories in. Because the other thing is the movie could even just be live action if they wanted to.
That is true.
Like they could do a live action movie with that, and
yeah,
I mean,
it'd be weird to me though. It'd be kind of weird though if they did go from animation to live action. Like it would throw me off. It would bug me probably.
It would be a weird transition for me as well. I won't lie, especially because like if they did it so soon, like if they ended the show, let's say after 5 seasons, and they attempted to do a live action movie or season of the show, it could be kind of weird to go from that so quickly. But I think if they perform it just right, it could be done. But it depends on what they do, because if they just do a live action of the whole show all over again, then it's like debatable. But if it's like telling more of the stories that we didn't see, because
that is true,
because the animation, while it is showing, like you said, it's touching on the big pieces of the comics, there's still so much they haven't shown that they could use the live action to show.
That is true. Well, and I think too, I mean, with them moving as fast as they have been with the show, I mean, I know people who do not read the comics, which again, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, of course not.
You know, I think that's the thing, is that's probably why they're making it so fast paced, because even though there's like little things here and there that they're missing, or things that, you know, they added instead. I think there's been little things that they added, not bad things that they added, but I mean, I think that's probably why they're going as fast as they are. Which again, there's nothing wrong with that, because I get it. Because sometimes, you know, getting to the
point.
The point, yeah, exactly. Getting to the point, sometimes it is good too.
Yeah,
get the gist.
And like some of it, I will say I can understand why they didn't show or talked about, because not all of it is necessary to the plot.
It is, yeah.
And like, I'm not gonna say one of those things because I don't want to accidentally flag our channel.
Oh yeah.
Get into trouble, but I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And if you don't know, you'll find out if you read the books or watch.
Yeah,
if you read the books or watch the video that we suggested, you'll know what I'm talking about when you get to that point.
Yeah. Let's end it at that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Let's leave it at that, just to be safe.
But again, going into my point with the live action thing, if they did want to go that route, they could use that as a way to show some of the stuff that the books has that they're not showing with the animation.
That is true. You're not wrong on that. But yeah, I think that's where we're thinking it's going, huh?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and again, either way how they do it, I think it'll be really cool to see. But again, I think it'd be dope if the movie rumor is true. They do a season 4 with introduction to Frag, you know, like kind of build it a little slow, not too slow though, but like kind of do that, and then they pause on the show, do the animation with more of that, and then end it on the introduction of the robot invasion. Like bring it into season 5, like I think that'd be a pretty dope way to go.
That wouldn't be too bad. I would be happy with that.
But again, if they don't do it that way, like I'm not saying my way has to go or I'm gonna hate it. Like if they do it, like just go with the shows, like I'm fine with that too. 100%. I think that'd be cool.
100%. But yeah, that's where we think it's going. And just want to say thank you for joining us and supporting us. We really appreciate it. All who has followed us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
And we hope you have a great week, and hopefully you enjoy this podcast. We'll see you next time.
Have a good one, guys.